is it 19?
Yes, 19.
Okay, good morning to you. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, wet weather. Yes, the outlook this morning is beautiful, very warming or very, very encouraging. It's calmly and peaceful, very calm and peaceful within Asaba this morning, the capital of Delta State. And a lot is happening. Today is Wednesday, the 19th of August, 2026. On behalf of board, management, and staff of Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, we welcome you to today's edition of Morning Ride, our daily tonic on Delta Television Asaba, the People's Pride. My name is Onome Iyarowe. This morning I'm working with Blessing Usiagbada.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful day, a wet Wednesday morning, and it's very cool here in the capital city of Delta State, Asaba. I'm so happy to have you with us, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
All right, thank you for joining us this morning. We have beautiful programs lined up for you from one feature to the other. Be sure that Morning Ride will give you the best. By the way, the best television program in Delta State. Congratulations. It's our win, right? So when we ask you to stay tuned to Morning Ride on television, this is exactly what we mean, because we give you the best of information, education, and entertainment. Whatever is happening within and outside Nigeria, we'll bring it to your doorstep with the best set of guests to talk about each of our topics for discussion. By the way, this morning we're going to be kickstarting with Street Talk. And on Street Talk, cable network. How is it working for you? What about cable network in Nigeria? Is it too expensive, or are they too expensive? Can households cope with the money spent on cable network? And then we look at this holiday period. Yeah. Children are on holidays, they are home. They actually need cable networks. They need everything to get their information, education, and entertainment. The families have said the prices of these cable networks are skyrocketing on a monthly, yearly basis. How are households coping with cable networks in Nigeria?
Indeed, it is an issue that has affected lots of Nigerians, and they have been airing their views on different social media platforms. When you go online, you hear people complaining about the subscription of these cable networks and how difficult it is for them to afford these cable networks. I know the federal government did come up with a plan to develop an app or a means that Nigerians can get free access to TV channels. But for now, we don't have that yet, and the Nigerians still have to subscribe to these cable networks. And it's been a challenge for Nigerians. So we're hitting the street this morning and want to find out how you've been coping with the cable networks. Have you been able to afford the cable networks? How easy has it been for you to get their services? We want to find out this morning.
Exactly. And once we're done with that, we'll take on the papers. What are the trending stories in our national dailies today? We have a couple of them to look at, and then we'll review them one after the other. Once we're done with paper review, we'll move on to our guest interview segment. Yes. On our guest interview segment this morning, we'll be paying attention to the Ministry of Education Secondary. There is something about it. Yes, schools are on vacation. What's happening in that ministry? That's the Honorable Commissioner will be here to share with us. Once we're done with that, of course, we'll say our goodbyes.
Indeed. So a lot is packaged for you this morning. Just stay tuned, and we'll hit the street now as we bring you a Street Talk this morning. Yeah.
J-Mali make it juicy.
Hello, it's Street Talk on Delta Television, and I am Eunice Emeazia. Today we are looking at cable subscription. How many people are still subscribing to cable networks? And if you are subscribing, have there been any challenge in the process? We'll find out more from people on the streets. Come with me as we go.
I have Star Time, so I'm not subscribing to DSTV.
Do you still subscribe?
Of course I do.
Okay. When last did you subscribe, sir?
The last time I always subscribe at the end of each month. The last time I did subscription was last year December, and they gave me bonus or so for 2 months. You know, so that's what I'm still using till this moment.
So the decision of a subscription, that's those who have increased their listing, do you think it's affordable to everyone?
For people that have increased their, for me, I don't believe, because even if I have a better option, if I were to be using DSTV, you understand, I don't think I will still go for DSTV subscription, because that increment has made a lot of people to switch from DSTV to other ones that they can be able to afford.
Okay. Is internet streaming cheaper for you, or do you think cable is better?
And if you are a family man, internet streaming, that's what you do with your phone. But being that you are using cable, you have kids in the house, you go to even after pressing phones, after sometimes you just use. I prefer using cable.
Okay. Do you get a satisfaction from the cable dish?
Yes, I do. If I do up to the required amount, I always sub at the end of the month. I do.
So this satellite dish.
No, I don't subscribe again.
Come this side, me will get it.
No, my face is too.
No, don't worry, no go show.
I don't go sure. Okay.
Okay. You say you know they subscribe,
No, I don't subscribe.
but do you have a cable?
I have got DSTV, but for now, I don't subscribe it again.
Why did you stop? Why did you stop?
Sometimes the package I want, and at the same time light, so where I'm staying. So sometimes I will subscribe, no light for the full month, so the money will waste. So the problem is just NEPA.
Money not there anywhere again. The country, everywhere don't get as a bill. Nothing they happen for the state again. If not, it's good to subscribe before. But now money na be the thing.
But there is a particular cable that people normally subscribe. But now, most of the cable this thing is dropping drastically.
And for that cable of it, so I not can know what it can cost and when they drop now.
Which one did you use?
Me, my husband they subscribe now. DSTV they use it. They subscribe every month. They subscribe.
So what you get the one where you say the thing they high now, the subscription they high.
It they normal as before now.
All right. Do you subscribe to their cable?
I do occasionally.
Okay. When last did you subscribe?
That's this December period I subscribe because my kids were on holidays. I exempt majorly when they are not on holidays to cost the cost of living also.
Okay. Do you get value for the subscription?
Not at times the network fluctuates. So because of the society we are now, we don't know where to complain to. I would say I don't get the value completely.
Okay. What do you think could be one of the things that will alter you from subscribing?
If there is an engagement in the sense that maybe there's a government policy or there's a drive from other local TV stations that can bring a particular state, a particular program that we can focus on, I think with that, there's no need to subscribe for all these DSTV cables. Because those are the way we have kids. There are programs they do bring every 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, engages us before even the area of this DSTV and so.
Okay, in terms of power supply, what can you say? Do you think it's one of those things that can stop or prevent people from subscribing?
Yes, I can say that. I can say because of unstable power supply, it amounts to that. Because you cannot say you want to buy fuel to start your generator because once you watch GoTV or DSTV also. It's among the reasons why people occasionally don't want to even subscribe if possible.
Okay, then in terms of the inflation of the price, what do you have to say?
The inflation of price is very wrong because what they give out it does not equate what the money is all about. If what you are giving, programs are there and the facilities are in stable condition, I don't think increasing the price will be the solution to it. At least you can bring it up. Some other countries like South Africa has heard, they go by per view. So if you bring it to this country, it will see assist. When you pay, you watch, you don't pay, it remains there.
Then social media, do you think there is any way social media has affected cable?
Yes, 70%. It has affected cable. Most of us use our phone to watch even movies with our phones. Even we go to some station, we subscribe and watch with our phones without even going to watch those cable channels.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Do you still subscribe to cable?
Yes, I do basically, but it's not like the way it used to be. I do. Like for the one in my office, it's the one I subscribe to in my room, the one I have at home in my bedroom. When I'm coming to work, I bring it to work, so that I will not have dual subscription because the cost of subscription, and how many hours do we sit? They should have done it pay as you watch, like the way we have in our communication lines, the different lines we use for communication. Pay as you use, it's your usage that determines your payment. So I still, because I have to keep myself abreast with happenings through listening to news. I'm a sports aficionado. I must listen to sports, watch football. Today is the African Cup of Nations quarterfinals, semi-finals rather, between Nigeria and Morocco. And I love, science fiction, discovery. There's some channels that are really quite important and are intellectual. Forget about the kids who must pay because of cartoons. So we just have to pay.
So what do you think could affect your subscription?
The major thing that could really affect my subscription is power. You see, when most times, the reluctance of a lot of people to pay is the fact that there's no consistency in power supply. You won't be able to pay GoTV Max, for example. You pay 8,500, or you pay DSTV almost 18,000, and there's no power to watch it. Cost of fueling is quite exorbitant. The cost of living in Nigeria is quite exorbitant. So it puts the average parent under pressure. But because of the passion you have, that some people love the home video channels, some love sports, some love documentary, some love news channels. So it depends on your passion. Your passion is the prerequisite for the value you get and the quantity of number of channels you want to pay for.
Okay, sir. How have social media affected
Well, social media has reduced spiritually because everything you look for on television now, you can get it on your phone. The phone is a mobile encyclopedia right now. Funny enough, a lot of people don't know. I watch Premiership, I watch any football from my phone. So I'm not restricted if I don't have data or if I don't have subscription, but I have data, I can still access anything that you watch on TV. DBS, I can access DBS on my telephone. I live stream most of the programs in your station, DBS. So suffice to say, social media is a complement for digital television. It's a great complement. In fact, it's a convenient complement because even if you're in the forest, in your farm, and there's data in your phone and there's network, you can access, you can listen to news. You're not missing anything. You are moving with both your television, your news station, and everything.
Your message to cable network?
Well, my message to cable network stations and providers is the fact that they should make it more liberal, like the way our telecommunications providers have made. They should make it like pay as you go or as you use. You pay for the value of usage that you have. Just pay. You have subscription. They say GoTV Max, GoTV Jolly. You pay, and most times there's no light to watch. There's nobody at home to watch. Children go to school as early as 7. They come back by 4. Same with the parents. So what time do you have to use? So they should make it more flexible, and you see more people would go to get their GoTVs active again. Most of the offices, if you go, nobody wants to subscribe. GoTV has expired, DSTV has expired. They are waiting for this one windfall. It's only that extra money that most people want to use to subscribe.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Well, they say seeing is believing. You can see my telly. It's not on. Why? Because I can no longer afford it.
Okay, ma, can you tell us how do you think the increment of the subscription can be reduced?
Yes, first and foremost, the increment should be reduced and it should be pay as you go. if you are not watching it, it should not be running. It should only run when you are watching it. Because in Nigeria here, you see that you pay for subscription, even when you are not there to watch it, it will be running. It's actually very discouraging. Now with the meager source of income, the economic hardship, a lot of people can't afford it anymore. Like you see, in those days, weekends, you want to on the telly for the children. Telly is educative, it's entertaining, you know, and it brings family together. But at this particular time, a lot of family can't afford it anymore. You know, if people in our status cannot afford it, then you talk about the downtrodden. The effect is actually very, very huge.
Okay, do you think the social media is actually one of the causes of people not subscribing?
Yes, we'll talk about social media. Yes, social media actually contributed, because you see that right now the world is going global. The world has shifted to social media. A lot of things we used to watch in the television are now on the social media, and everybody is on his or her phone. It's a mobile phone, so anytime you are with your phone, so a lot of people say, I can't be buying data, then be subscribing, because I read from my phone, I do a lot of things from my phone, then I will buy data, then I want to subscribe. So I think social media, secondly, really has effect on subscription.
On the angle of the power, do you think it's one of the problems?
Come again? Yes, because there was a day a man was complaining that he does not subscribe anymore, because you subscribe, no light to watch it, you don't have money to buy fuel, you cannot afford diesel, you don't have solar. So what's the need subscribing? Do you subscribe for what you will not watch? So I think power too has contributed to a lot of people not subscribing to the GoTV or cable network. Yes. Yes, my advice is you should reduce the price and make it pay as you go. When you watch, you pay. If you don't watch, the thing should not run. I think with that one, lots of people will be able to say, okay, let me take a dive and see how I can give my family a little bit of a good time.
All right, you heard from people on the street what they think about cable subscription. Now you can tell us, what do you think? While you answer that, I'll come your way again next week. I am Eunice Emeazia. Bye for now.
J Male make it juicy.